Breaking ITCCS Global News. A breaking global news communique from the International Tribunal of Crimes of Church and State, ITCCS, Friday, June the 7th, 2019. Top government, corporate and church leaders in Canada are indicted and issued summons to appear before Genocidal Tribunal. Prime Minister Trudeau, Governor-General Papel Nuncio and CEOs charged with crimes against humanity. New York and Vancouver. 21 high officials of church and state and business in Canada were issued a public indictment and summons today that charges them with crimes against humanity. The 21 individuals are required to appear before a public tribunal of inquiry in Vancouver on September the 16th. The tribunal is sponsored by a coalition of human rights groups and international observers under the auspices of the ITCCS. Copies of the summons and indictment are attached. Named in the indictment and summons issued today are Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Governor-General Julie Payette, the Vatican and Chinese ambassadors to Canada, the heads of the RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police, and Canadian Security Intelligence Services, CSIS, the CEO of PetroChina Limited, and the top clerics and officials of the Roman Catholic, Anglican and United Church of Canada. The indictment charges that the persons named have willfully planned, committed, concealed and aided and abetted international genocide, including the imprisoning, harming, trafficking, exploiting, torturing and ritual killing of Indigenous men, women and children, the violent occupying and exploiting of Indigenous lands and resources, the active defrauding of the Canadian people and the obstructing of justice. The tribunal has the mandate and authority to convene a follow-up common law court to actually prosecute and sentence the persons named in the indictment, depending on the tribunal's findings. The convening of this public tribunal of inquiry was prompted this past week by the Canadian government's public admission that it perpetrated genocide on Indigenous people within its own borders. Under international law, and specifically the United Nations Convention on Genocide, to which Canada is a signatory, once that crime has been admitted and proven, Canada and guilty individuals must now be prosecuted and punished for genocide, regardless of their rank or office. Mounting evidence indicates that genocide in Canada is not a thing of the past, but continues to target Indigenous populations, especially on the West Coast, said the North American ITCCS Field Secretary Kevin Annett today. Our investigations reveal an active complicity between the Trudeau government and Chinese corporate interests that are wiping out Aboriginal families across British Columbia to secure their lands and resources. This assault includes child trafficking and murder through a network known as the 12 Mile Club, which involves senior church, business, government and military officials. We believe that the recent media posturing by the Trudeau government and its so-called Missing Women inquiry is an attempt to conceal the true genocide going on and the extent of its own complicity in that crime. The tribunal has requested that United Nations peacekeepers and observers be present at the September the 16th inquiry to ensure the safety of the proceedings and its personnel, including Kevin Annett, who was illegally detained by Canadian government operatives on May the 15th. International forensic specialists will work with the tribunal to exhume alleged mass graves of children identified as eyewitnesses. Regular reports of the work of the Public Tribunal of Inquiry will be issued at www.murderbydecree.com. ITCCS updates, and live every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern on www.bbsradio.com/herewestand. Issued 7th of June 2019 by the Directorate of the International Tribunal of Crimes of Church and State, ITCCS, and its affiliates. Thank you very much.